How we doing, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of FSI's PGA DFS picks. We have the Arnold Palmer Invitational this week. I am TK Nation 47, joined by John Cool 19. How you doing this evening, John?
Good. It was an exciting week. Our boy Colin got the win. Super pumped for him. Didn't play him enough in DFS. That's okay. We knew it was going to be a different week for us, so toned down the bankroll and took a loss. But I'm all right, rolling through. The one and dones were good last week, so I'm ready to go. Much more excited for this event than I was last week. How about you?
Me as well. WGCs are not my jam, and the results kind of showed itself. But there was a good takeaway. Believe it or not, I did pretty well on the LPGA contest this past weekend. And if you want to get access to cores for those odd golf tournaments, you can find us on our Discord channel. You can find that link and the Twitter handle at FSI_DFS. And you can get a core lineup for LPGA and Euro stuff and all that.
Corn Ferry.
Yeah, Corn Ferry they're doing now. So
Champions Tour.
I did not do the Champions. I wasn't degenerate enough to do Champions League Showdown. So
well, it's all on Draftkings now, so we'll get behind it.
That's right. So we'll have to do our Champions homework. But yeah, fun, exciting tournament coming up. The Arnold Palmer Invitational is one of the tougher courses in Florida. A lot of water. They have the notorious, lake hole. We're going to see if Bryson can bomb it 400 yards and land that sucker on the green, but I don't know. I have my doubts.
Me too.
I heard he's going to go for it. I'm hoping to see if he tries it in practice and they get some video of it. But yeah, let's get into some picks. That's what the people are here to listen for and see. We have favorites up. I'm going with VIKTOR HOVLAND. Obviously, last week he had the runner-up finish, and VIKTOR HOVLAND's playing amazing golf right now. He was second at the Farmers, fifth at the Genesis as well. He's first in the model this week, 9th tee to green, 11th on the ball striking side, 12th in proximity from 200 yards. There's a ton of second shots from 200 yards this week, and he scores really well on the par fives. And you have to score well on par fives on this course, or you're going to be left behind. And bogey avoidance is going to be big as well. He checked out in that box as well for me. He's 2 of 2 here with 2 made cuts, but they're both 40th place finishes. But I think his game is just really, really hot right now. And I think VIKTOR HOVLAND's a really strong play, even at his elevated price tag. This is the highest I've seen VIKTOR HOVLAND's salary in a field with players like Rory McIlroy. But I'm still confident that the golf he's playing is going to carry over into this week. What about you? Who's your favorite play this week?
Yeah, I really like the VIKTOR HOVLAND pick. We were on him last week. He was my one and done. That helped a lot. But yeah, the 10-6 price tag, at first glance, it's kind of pricey, I think. But really, it's not that bad when you think about he's over on DraftKings Sportsbook. He's the number 2 betting favorite. So for any golf tournament on DraftKings to get the number 2 favorite on the betting market at 10-6, I think is a really good steal here on the price. So I'm okay with paying for it. And VIKTOR HOVLAND's just cranking out top 10s right now. So no problem there. But I took SUNGJAE as my favorite here. A little bit of a price discount versus the top few guys there. 9,700. He's 22 to 1 ish on the betting market. I actually really like that as an outright bet here. He's rounding into form as well. The course history is fantastic. He's played here twice. He finished 3rd place both times. So I'm absolutely pumped about his chances here this week. He has just 1 missed cut over his last 16 events, so he is absolute consistency. He loves Bermuda grass for putting. That is his best surface. And then just the stats back it up to his last 36 rounds. He's 18th in ball striking, 13th on those par fives, 45th on approach, and Bermuda putting, he is 14th over the last 100 rounds. So he's going to get it done on the putting surface this week. I like him a lot to finish up the leaderboard.
100% agree on SUNGJAE. That was the first name I saw when scrolling through that I thought the price tag was perfect. I'm really going to be in on SUNGJAE this week in most of my lineups and probably starting my cash lineup with maybe both of these guys that we talked about here as favorite plays. Moving on, though, to some value picks. I'm going to go with Cam Davis at 7-9, 80 to 1. he's a great ball striker. This is his first time at the Arnold Palmer Invitational, but Cam Davis has got some incredible model numbers: 15th tee to green, 13th in ball striking. He's 7th from 200 yards out, and he's 3rd in par 5 scoring, which just he fits that mold perfectly for Arnold Palmer and his course setup at Bay Hill. So I really love Cam Davis this week. And then Luke List is kind of this weird anomaly with, Bay Hill. He's finished here 10th in 2019, 7th in 2018, and 17th in 2017. I am pretty sure Luke List doesn't have better course history anywhere else with those 3 results. And 10th at the Farmers this past month, and is going to give me kind of the confidence in rostering him going forward into this week. And other than that, he's 5th tee to green, 8th in ball striking, and 11th in proximity from 200, and 13th on par 5. So another guy that fits the mold. And you see the course, you see the numbers in his statistics, and you just understand why the course history the way it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what do you think? What are your thoughts on Cam Davis, Luke List, and then who are your favorite value plays?
Yeah, I like them both quite a bit. Luke List, obviously, with that course history, I'm kind of a hack on the course history on a few of these courses, and this is one of them. I think the guys who, even if they've missed a cut and played here quite a few times, missed a cut here or there, I like that better than maybe the Cam Davis for me as a first timer. But certainly he has the pedigree and kind of the I should say he's the type of golfer that can excel here. So I do like that pick as well. For me on the value picks, I'm going to go with the guys who've played here quite a bit more. Jason Kokrak here to start it off. He's played Arnold Palmer 8 times. He does have 2 missed cuts, but he also has 5 top 20s and 3 top 10s. So for a guy at 8,100, I do really like that. The 35 to 1's probably not for me on the outright bet. I don't know if he can win here, but I do think he can top 10. 9th place last week at a really good field for the WGC workday. And then the stats, last 36 rounds, he's 14th greens in regulation, 30th in ball striking. And then kind of looking at this course over the weekend, we expect it to get windy. So I kind of factored that in a bit. His ball striking versus the field gets much better when the wind cranks up. So I like Jason Kokrak quite a bit. Probably would be, I think, a good bet for like a top 10 or a top 20 this week if you're looking at that. The other guy I'm taking here, Chris Kirk, he is 7,000 and he is 110 to 1 on the outright odds. He's played the API 4 times and he's had good success here. So his last 4 events as well, the form is good. 16th miscut, 16th, and then a second back at the Sony. So I like that quite a bit also. He gains strokes putting on Bermuda grass greens, and then he also is gaining in windy conditions. I like that a lot. And his last 36 rounds, he's 34th ball striking, 25th bogey avoidance. So the stats kind of back it up there. I think Chris Kirk is kind of coming into form here. The last few events, he does have that miscut, but I do really like where his game is at right now. So I'll be playing quite a bit of him. One guy we kind of left out here that I think we'd be missed if we weren't talking about it, and that was the number 1 guy in the last 36 rounds on my model, and that's Will Zalatoris. I don't know why his price keeps creeping up. I hate that so much because I just want to play him cheap. He went from minimum priced on Yahoo to one of the top 15 golfers price-wise this week. So I'm really upset that his price keeps climbing, but I absolutely love Will Zalatoris. I don't think he can win this week, but it would not surprise me at all if he was a top 10. Again, that guy is absolutely slaying it right now. The stats are off the chart. If you don't look at putting, he's by far the best golfer in the field right now, and everything else we're looking at. So pretty impressive stuff from Zalatoris.
Yeah, I really want Zalatoris to figure out how to putt, because he would just be an amazing play no matter the price. And 8,600 is kind of, creeping up there, but like you said, but it's still at a good sweet spot. He could be your 3rd golfer in most of your lineups, and I'm definitely going to have a lot of Will Zalatoris as well. That is definitely a guy I was considering for, a value play. It's just he's losing a little bit of his value unless he tops 10, top 10s, which I think he's perfectly capable of doing. Kokrak is a guy I played over the weekend this past week, and I really love the play there, and I think he's going to be in a good amount of my lineups as well. So strong value plays coming out in the last 2 slides. But let's get into some sleepers. Let's get into some long shots here. I'm going to go with Sebastian Munoz, one of the better Bermuda putters in the field. He's 29th in par 5 scoring as well. He's miscutting his only performance here, but I think he's in better form. He gained 4.9 strokes on the approach, 4.8 tee to green last week at the WGC at the concessions. So I'm going to take that momentum he has from last week, combine that with the Bermuda putting, and hope that he can pull off some a top 20. What about you? Who's your sleeper this week?
Sure, a guy that that I love to pick in DraftKings, and that's Matthew NeSmith. His last 4 events: 48th, 7th, 16th, and 20th back at the Genesis. So some really good fields he's been playing in, performing really well. I think the price is awesome here. I probably would be paying for it if it was 74, 7,500. Although I'm kind of a sucker for NeSmith, but the stats too, he is last 36 rounds, number 2 greens in regulation, 7th in ball striking, and 3rd on approach. So I love all of that. He's top 15 on par 5s as well, and bogey avoidance top 15. So really, once again, all those categories we were looking at, he jumped off the page for me when I built my model. He also gains strokes in windy conditions. And then he did miss the cut last year at the API, so that's kind of the one knock on him. But last year's event was insane. The guys who made the cut ended up having some worse DraftKings scores than guys who missed the cut because the weekend was so windy. Things got really, really crazy. I don't expect it to be quite as nutso, but really probably looking at a cut at 2 over par, 3 over par. And I think NeSmith's a guy that can certainly get in around par after 2 rounds and make a run at it there for the weekend. So I really do like the 6,900. I think he would be a great top 20 bet if you can get the market on that.
I think these sleepers are pretty strong. I'm not going to lie. I think these are 2 of the best sleepers we've had heading into a weekend, and I'm looking forward to, or into the week. I'm looking forward to these 2 golfers in our lineups this week. NeSmith and Zalatoris. We're right on brand right now. It's awesome.
All we need to do is toss in Mark Howell, and we would have the trifecta here of the guys who play basically every single week. So
absolutely.
I think this week, unlike a lot of other weeks, a couple of guys that are down just under 7K kind of jumped out in the model, and not every week does that happen.
No, not at all. And it does get pretty ugly in the 6K range most weeks. But yeah, I think we have some really strong picks. Let's talk some one and dones. John is on fire, sitting inside the top. I'll say you're pretty much inside the top 500 at this point. I took a shot in the dark last week. Did not pay off with Rose, but I'm hoping to bounce back. And I think SUNGJAE has a really good shot at winning, because I'm going to have to start pulling out some winners now. And I feel strong with the SUNGJAE pick for all the reasons that you had mentioned earlier. But who's your one and done?
So last week it was HOVLAND, another second place. I haven't caught any winners yet this year, but a bunch of second places. So that's keeping me moving in the right direction here. Matthew Fitzpatrick, he's got a good course history. He's in really good form. I like everything about him. We said a handful of weeks back that we think he's going to get a big win on tour sometime this calendar year. I think this is the week. I'm going to take Matthew Fitzpatrick. Here's my one and done. If I was picking outright bets, he might be one of the first clicks for me as well. Fortunately, there's no betting here in Minnesota, but he would be a guy I would be targeting if I could. So I like Matthew Fitzpatrick a lot. He's really good on Bermuda greens as well.
Yeah, Matthew Fitzpatrick's always a strong play at the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Really good at from 200 as well. So strong picks from everyone, from each one of us, and looking forward to the week. I'm not sure what DraftKings is going to throw at me yet with crazy tournaments and stuff like that for the LPGA or the Euro, but you have to catch that in the Discord channel. Find that link, as I said earlier, and as always, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and get all the good information throughout the week from all the PGA content that you can find from us at Fantasy Sports Insight. So thank you, John, for joining in tonight, and looking forward to another fun week, and hopefully another big result. We get out of the no cut event, and we're into our wheelhouse.
Yep, let's go get it.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Peace.